Hey guys, this is Kim from Abundant Life Tarot, and I decided to do a quick follow-up video for the week of November 6th. I was very tired and in the prior video for the weekly reading, and you could hear that, and I apologize for that. I'm going to still keep it up because there was some valid or some pertinent information, I think, that was in that reading. If you can hear it or if you're able to turn the volume up, great. I suggest you do that. But if you can't hear it, then we'll just go ahead and do a reading from the Dreams of Gaia this week as well. So next week, I will be sure to bring my energetic self to the weekly reading. Thank you all for your patience. All right, so... these are kind of large, difficult to shuffle, but I love them. All right, Spirit, what do you have for us this week that we should focus on, or that will be revealed to us? I will look at it intuitively as well as... no. We'll look at it intuitively, and then we'll look at the book, meaning... Okay, so one more card. Okay. That still persisted. This jumped out earlier, and I put it back and looked at it again. Okay, so we have let me see if I can find a different angle. Okay, so here we go. This week we are working a lot with faith, keeping the faith, having faith in our dreams, in our aspirations, in our goals, and actually seeing the manifestation of them coming forward into the physical plane. So you see here, it says faith. And we see this woman here, she has a lotus flower in her hand, but it's covering like her heart. And you get the sense that the lotus flower is something that is coming from her heart and coming up and outward, right? And she has wings. And there's beautiful animals. She's sitting on top of a tortoise. And it's like she had faith. And then the physical representation of that faith is all around her now. And that's what we need to remember and hold on to. Let's see. I want to actually, for the Dreams of Gaia, it has this lovely guidebook that we can look at and also get some insight from. Because it does not follow the typical tarot system like the Rider-Waite-Smith, which is fine. But I also want to see what Raven Phelan has written in this lovely guidebook, Faith. 152. Okay. Faith. Self-belief, confidence, divine connection, trust, serenity, surrender. Faith is beautiful. Self-belief helps you to overcome. Self-belief and faith inspire confidence. Doubt breeds mistakes. Cruel words can do lasting harm. Do not give up because of past mistakes. Be kind and supportive. Set yourself believable goals. You matter. You are enough. You are not alone. Do not be unkind because others have been unkind to you. Take delight in compliments. And so it's to have faith in yourself and your abilities, and you stand a greater chance of having a successful career or a successful love life if you're more confident in taking well-considered risks, and you are healthier and happier because you are under less pressure and emotional mental stress. So what exactly are you having faith in? Well, you can have faith in your co-creative relationship with Spirit, the divine, and yourself as you create the life that you are trying to create. It is having faith in your own abilities to get things done, to manifest your dreams into reality. So this week, work on having faith. Sometimes you may not have the physical representations yet, but just know that they are coming, that they are there. You just are not able to see them just yet. Next up we have is the crone energy. And we're drawing from those deeper experiences where we are now seasoned, we have now grown and evolved, but with that evolution comes lessons, and we are now in a place to receive those lessons. So this week we can focus on going into that darker unknown, right? Look at that. We're going into the darker unknown. That is the crone. And wow, it's a beautiful card. Let's see what the crone says. Feminine power, fearlessness, authenticity, individuality, independence, new purpose, freedom, shadow self. The woman who understands her true nature. Be aware of your choices. Be unafraid to walk your path alone. A life of your own design. Untapped power and potential. A fertile and productive future. A childless state. Be unbowed and unapologetic. Respect and cherish your elders. A direct and forthright approach is needed. Do what's necessary, not what's expected. It is time to be fierce and fight back. So again, this is speaking to being unafraid to walk the path of the less traveled, right? To getting to your dreams. Not only is it about having faith that your dreams can become reality, it's also about walking the path and being fearless. This is the week to start staring fears into their face, and then recognizing it for what it is, and then doing the task at hand anyways, despite the fear, pushing through, going a little bit beyond, going into the darkness of the unknown. And the shadow self is the fears, and the crone deals with them beautifully. She goes fearlessly. She knows that she's got Spirit on her side. She's got the raven on her side. Now this one, I'm going to have to actually look at the guidebook, because I mean, I can look here. I'll look at that. Looks like it's a water sign, like 4 of water. Okay, again, we're speaking about confidence. Confidence, awareness, self-acceptance, forgiving, self-belief, deserving, receptive consequences. You are beautiful. Be aware of weaknesses, but focus on strengths. Mistake, an opportunity to learn. Let go of the ideal of perfection. Love yourself for who you are. Happiness at another's expense. The emotional cost of your actions. So be aware this week of letting go of ideals of perfection and the need for perfectionism, and also letting go of the I guess not just the, sometimes we're going to make mistakes, right? We have to let go of the need to always be perfect, to always know the right answers, to always do the right things. We're not going to always be perfect, and so we have to let that go. If we're to take chances, if we're to be bold and step into our power, we're going to have to be okay with not looking quote unquote perfect. There is really no such thing as perfect in this existence, right? So we have to let that ideal go. No time like this week when we're working on manifesting our dreams. Please see my other video if you can actually hear the sound on that video. It talks a lot about manifesting your dreams this week and moving towards your goals. And then we have in progression, there's a lot of, in this reading this week, there's a lot of water energy, which tells me there's a lot of emotional stuff that we'll be working on, shadowy stuff that we'll be working on this week, but it's a good thing. We're facing our fears this week, and so we're finding that balance with our emotional states. Whereas it's a lot of tumultuous stuff in the energies over the past few months. This is now a time that we're entering where we're in a jovial place emotionally. Yeah, we're going to be working on dealing with our fears in terms of trying to push past boundaries or limitations, not boundaries, limitations that we keep running up against when we're trying to achieve our dreams. This week we'll have a little bit less resistance to that, and we'll have more fun in the coming weeks ahead. And that makes sense because the holidays in America are coming. So it does make sense that emotionally we'll be in a happier place. Although this woman is the 5 of water, and she's kind of looking forlorn and in deep thought, almost sad. And this is where I think where we need to do the work of what may be holding us back this week, what is limiting us, and not be afraid to look at it. If it's something to do with our finances, if it's something to do with our progress at our jobs or in our relationships, we need to look at it for what it is, so then we can find a new thought to replace the thoughts that are surrounding it, so it has a new way of being in our life, if that makes sense. Whatever the it is. So let's look at 5 of water. Loss, betrayal, fears, doubt, hopelessness, isolation, self-pity, and blames. And then right now I'm just going to say the self-pity and the blame can only last so long. You just need to let that go. Yeah, there's going to be a moment of that where you're like, oh, I can't believe I made that mistake, or oh, I can't believe I took that chance and that's what happened. You got to get over it. You're still going to have to get up and move on and take chances and take risks. And yes, you will make mistakes, but it's okay. You need to be okay with making mistakes and taking risks. Otherwise, you're not going to get to where you need to go, where you're trying to go. This says, feeling alone and isolated, without hope, consumed by fears and doubts, unable to see a way forward, trapped in the moment, feeling angry and betrayed, mourn your loss, playing the victim. So again, I think in the other reading that I did for this week, there was something about, don't be a victim in all of this. You are a powerful being. Remember your power. Remember your strength as the crone, and have faith in your abilities, because they are already there for you at your fingertips. And then you will have that mastery of the King of Water. The king would denote that there's a mastery there, that he has a command over his element of water and a command over your emotional state. You'll realize, yeah, I make mistakes, but hey, I'm human. Hey, I got this. I'm learning from this, and I'm moving forward. And that's what the King of Water tells us here. Let's see what the King of Water has to say. Calm, contemplative, insightful, fluid, balanced, protective, nurturing, jealousy, possessiveness. Safe harbor in a storm. Let go of gender bias. Strength born of adaptability. Be present in your relationships. A need for excitement. Marry critical thinking and emotional logic. Allow your feelings to guide a decision. Address a cause for jealousy. I love the part of allow your feelings to guide a decision and marry critical thinking and emotional logic. And that's what's beautiful about the King, is that he or she is able to do that, right? Able to marry the critical thinking piece in our life with the emotional logic to be able to make decisions and move forward. And when you have that mastery, that really helps in all aspects of your life. And allow your feelings this week to guide a decision, whatever decisions that you're making. Kind of tap in for a moment, see how the decision sits with you, and let your emotional kind of gut tell you where to go. It builds your intuitive muscles, and that's important as you travel this life. You're not going to always be able to ask people what you need to do. You have to be able to rely on yourself and rely on being able to make a decision decisively and quickly. And then finally we have the Two of Water. Again, a lot of emotional stuff this week with the water energies here. Element Two of Water. This tells me that there's going to be a lot of connection, synergy, feeling like overall sense of togetherness, whether this is actually maybe with a partner or maybe a partnership within yourself this week, where maybe it's a partnership with spirit. But this very well could be a partnership in this physical realm with an actual person. And this, if you look closely, it shows, wow, how more connected can you be? How more in tune with the other can you be? And that's a beautiful place to be in this week. In terms of manifesting love or manifesting what, maybe a dream come true. Maybe you're trying to get a business off the ground or write a book or, create some artistic expression. Let's see what Two of Water says. Intimacy, closeness, trust, commitment, reconciliation, equality, union, codependency, taking sides, going beyond infatuation and attraction, intimacy, sharing, giving, and communication, time to forgive and seek reconciliation, a meeting of minds and hearts, put aside judgment and blame, cherish all of your loves, maintain independence and avoid codependence, avoid taking sides. And so again, we see here that there will be a lot of emotional stuff here, but I see it as good emotional stuff. There's going to be moments this week where you're like, God, it's really difficult for me to deal with the mistakes that I'm making constantly, or God, I can't believe I'm doing this again, or I can't believe I'm here again. Why am I here again? But you're gonna have to let that go. And what I'm encouraged by is the King of Water, which it does appear that this moment this week is short-lived, and that you have mastery over your emotions this week, and that you recognize the importance of mastering your thoughts, mastering the stories that you're telling yourself and telling others about your future, about your present, about your past. what stories are you constantly repeating in your mind, in your heart, and on your tongue to others and to yourself? If it's not something that's uplifting you up and moving you towards your dreams, then it's time to quiet that story and replace it with another story to tell. It's time that we start uplifting each other and speaking truth to power about things and speaking truth to power about our dreams, and stop focusing on what it is that we don't want in our life. That's important this week to work on for all of us. Let's see here. Let's just do a quick White Rabbit Oracle. What can we take away from this reading this week, Spirit? Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so the cards that came up was Desire, Explore, and Love. Wow. And I'm getting that, right? I'm getting the love from the Two of Water, which what would be traditionally the Two of Cups in a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. But we have Desire, Explore, and Love. And following your desires this week and following your passions is important. If you're not working on something that fills your heart and soul, your life can then become this like empty vessel where you feel like it's not purposeful, and you don't want to get into a situation of that. And then this also represents an actual physical representation of desire in terms of like a physical connection with another person, a partner. So this tells me this week that love and connection and intimacy will be an important, not important, but prevalent experience in many of our lives this week. And that's wonderful. We are following our desires, and we're taking that dance with Spirit and seeing what happens, what magic comes from that. And we're exploring it. We're going out into the unknown, seeing what the stars and the moon have, what fate, what synchronicity, what all of that has for us this week. We're exploring what is out there, what will make us happier, and we're exploring our desires this week, and that's so powerful. And we need to be very happy and grateful for that. And then finally, we have some love as an actual manifestation of the desire of exploration in our life. And where it leads us is to bringing more love into our life. Not just romantic love, but that synergetic connection with good friends or co-workers or business associates or strangers on the street even, or classmates, whoever, I don't know. This week and probably in the coming weeks, I feel an over sense of love manifesting. And that's what desire is all about. It's about making room for more love in our life. And I just want to take a quick moment to read the guide for this deck, because the creator, Ariana Siegel of White Rabbit Oracle, has some great meanings on her card. Let's see. Desire, temptation towards someone or something. Lust, seduction. Fantasies, unexpected encounters, or thwarted desires. So don't let your dreams be thwarted this week. For example, This month is what's called National Novel Writing Month, NaNoWriMo. And thousands of writers across America, maybe even across the world, are taking the month of November to crash, burn through writing a novel, following their desires, and seeing where it leads them. Don't let your dreams be thwarted, writers, artists, creators. Keep pushing towards it and seeing what comes of it. And then she has explore, travel. There may be some travel for some of us in the coming week or weeks. Expansion, though, is what I'm feeling. There's going to be more expansiveness in our lives, in our what we think of how big our life could actually become, like how big our dream can actually really be. Like, we're going to be kind of blown away this week by that. And we're going to be pushing boundaries, she says. And then there's also a need to try something new. So again, you're going to have to spend some time sitting with learning what it is you desire, what it is, or what's your passion. Some of us know it already and are going after it, while others still do not. And there's ways to figure out what your passions are. Check out my other blog, which is abundantlifeinitiative.com, and I have like tons of blog posts about ways to figure out what your passions are for your life. It's super important, super duper important. And finally, love, giving and receiving love, open-heartedness, self-love, or need to bring love into your life. So I think that is just a physical manifestation of all the work that you're doing this week. At the end of the week, you're going to be like, wow, I got to really experience a lot of love this week from my coworkers, from my family, from my lover, from my friends, from my peeps, from the animals in my life. There's just going to be a lot of love and expansiveness of love in your life, and an expansiveness of your desires manifesting. I'm trying to bring that back to focus. So anyways, everyone, thank you so much for watching this second weekly reading video that we did with the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. And then we also pulled a few cards from the White Rabbit Oracle. I wish you a fantastic first week of November, and why don't you pop on down in the comment section, tell me how your week is going, and let me know if maybe you also have some weekly readings that I can look at and glean some information and some knowledge from. Many blessings to all of you. Take care. Talk to you soon.